Okay, part 2. We're back.
Woo!
So, Xanthi had asked if there was things you guys were looking for in particular to let them know. So,
So as a group,
so Sean, you just messaged me. So, things like, yeah, I think you could procure those. They wouldn't procure them for free for you though.
Of course not. No, I was just wondering if anybody would happen to have us.
Yeah, they'd be able to. Well, for one, I would say that, as far as healing potions go,
Yeah.
Just basic healing potions, yeah, for sure. Let me just. Yeah, the Xanthi will just straight up provide you guys with 6 potions of healing for free.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Just standard ones. If you want to buy more, you can buy more, but they would be like as per cost 50 gold pieces. But you'd be able to purchase more if you want more. If anybody wants to spend them on some healing potions, I would say. Let me just take a look here. Yeah, there would be up to. So normal healing, but anything stronger than that, you would be able to find some greater healing as well. You'd be able to find up to 2 greater healing potions for 150 each as well, if you wanted greater healing, but those wouldn't be for free.
Yeah.
So I put the 6 potions of healing in the party sheet, the free ones. So I assume each of you would probably grab one for free, since there's 6 of you.
makes sense.
But yeah, you could buy more normal potions of healing. You could buy, let me see, how many? You could buy up to 6 more normal potions of healing for 50 gold pieces a pop, and 2 greater healing for 150 a pop, if you wanted to spend them cash on that kind of stuff. So you guys can tell me if you want to spend the money, or if you have the money to spend. I'm not sure how much is left in the party. Actually, you guys have quite a bit overall, but still.
I don't think Quillen's going to be spending money on anything else.
No, I'll pass for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing is, I was going through my character sheet. I noticed I have a threshold 2 bruised rib injury.
Oh, yeah. You want
on my notes.
You want to take care of that? So you can do the same thing as they did with the to reduce threshold. You can either do your lesser restoration to gain a saving throw for con save DC, or you can spend 50 gold and auto succeed in the saving throw at the Temple of Sune. So it's up to you whether you want to risk it or not, but you have several days, so chances are you'd make it, right?
Yeah, I can do 3 a day.
Yeah.
It's a con save?
It's a DC 15 con save that you would have the +2 from Quillen, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
And
a D4.
And the D4 from Donaquin for resistance.
Yeah, pretty good con.
So
not that good.
So
yeah, I have pretty good con. I say again, more confidently this time.
I say it again.
Just pretend.
Oh, look how! Oh wait.
Well, roll a 4. Roll
Wait.
4. Nope.
Ooh.
Oh, look at this con. I feel so good right now.
That
you do have some medicinal herbs that can give you pluses to con saves.
Oh yeah, let's take some drugs, guys.
If you want to.
That's what's missing. No, actually, I think all those got because
you're out of
those
those?
were I'm
Cinderberries, right?
yeah, cinderberries. Everybody was like, yeah, I'll take a cinderberry. So no, I do not have. Next day. Ooh, okay, guys. Yesterday, just not feeling it.
It's a stubborn bruise.
Yeah.
You got this,
These
Jonah.
ribs. Oh, look at that. Bam.
There you go.
Bam. There we go.
No
All right.
problem.
Anybody else have thresholds on anything that they want to try to get rid of before you head out again? I know Liz took care of hers, but
Nope.
No. Okay. Good.
Like we had it.
You've
I
succeeded.
have a scar on my leg, but it's not a threshold. It's just for there forever now.
Okay, so just to be clear, is anybody gonna spend the money on any of those extra potions that weren't free?
I'm not.
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. Okay, so just to take care of that. Okay, so the other things, I know Donna Quinn, you're looking for a specific item, so I'm going to see if that's something that they could procure in the city. Give me a moment. But is there anybody else is looking for?
Oh, yes. When they came back researching about the vampires, this is a little meta knowledge, so I just don't know if it come up. Did holy water ever
Yeah.
enter?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should
Was
get
that
some-
something Quillen can do
Yes.
As a paladin?
as a well, just I can
Divine.
think Quillen knows.
Paladins and clerics can do it.
Yeah.
You can make holy water?
Yeah, they can.
There's a procedure for it.
A cleric or paladin can create holy water by performing a special ritual that takes 1 hour, uses 25 gold pieces worth of powdered silver, and requires them to spend a first level spell slot.
I have powdered silver.
Yeah.
So instead of buying and so like that, also holy water, you can create us.
So yeah, so you can create a flask for it instead if you want that way.
Would like I will pay for at least 2.
Sure.
That's what I wanted to do. I was going to get the 2 flasks of holy water too.
Okay. There's.
I mean, even if there isn't a vampire, it's not like we run out of undead.
Yeah,
no.
they do radiant damage either way, 2d6. So,
Yeah.
Okay, so I put 4 in the party sheet. If you guys want to knock 50 gold off each off of your character sheet.
Okay.
Oops, I closed the party sheet. Let me reopen it. You can snag those off there. Let me see here. So that item, Sean, might come from Wakanga. It'd be the only one you could get that from. So let's see. Oh, yeah. I rolled his percentage chance of finding it. It's an uncommon. He does have those available. It wouldn't be something they could give you for free. Your party is not in good standing with not that you're in bad standing, but you don't have any special status with Wakanga. You've done nothing for him so far, essentially. So no discount, but you could pick them up for 500 gold pieces if you wanted. I don't know if you have how much you have, but
I do.
you have enough.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just
he does.
thinking. Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
want-
I think. I do. I'd like to get it.
Okay.
What about
A ring of wishes?
braces of defense?
I was just gonna say like braces of defense or a cloak of protection, maybe.
Well, if you start getting stuff into ones, stuff they're more rare stuff.
They're not. They're uncommon. Or the cloak of protection's uncommon. I don't know about the braces.
Protection, so like that. Yeah, that's like +1.
How about the boots of Winterland?
How about the Ring of Winter?
Fuck you guys.
Okay, sorry. What are you looking for? Someone who else has
Bracers
those?
of defense.
Bracers of defense. Are they're uncommon as well?
I do not know.
I don't know.
Okay, bracers of
I
defense.
feel like they might be higher.
Ooh, bracers of defense are rare. They're not available for sale. Rare items in the town.
Okay.
Cloak of protection is +1. That's an uncommon.
Next, it jumps dramatically also in price, also uncommon or higher.
Yeah, if you want to see about a cloak of protection, is that something they might have? Let's find out. Yes, if you wanted to purchase a cloak of protection, you would be able to secure that through Wakanga as well. And that would be full price, would be 500 gold pieces for that as well. But there would be one available.
What's up?
You guys have the money to pony up for that, or no?
I could chip in for somebody, but I can't cover it.
I can chip in.
I mean, I have the money for it, but I have a cloak already.
You have a
so-
cloak, yeah. Okay.
And the cloak will be largely irrelevant next level, but I don't know that.
Then you can pass it off. I'm kidding.
I mean, technically, it's already a cloak of protection, so.
If I had the money, I'd see if they had a hat of disguise, but I didn't.
The item that I got, by the way, guys, on stuff is the goggles of the night.
Oh, nice.
I know, yeah, I
nice.
never actually said that out loud, but yeah, it's goggles of the night.
Yeah, so
Nice,
that's
nice.
so it's for dark vision and stuff like that. So
Yeah, make sure you put that in your senses line on your character, the dark vision 60, so that the maps know. So you see where it says senses on your main page?
yes,
Yeah, so with a capital, dark vision space 60, and then the combat tracker will then know that you can see in the dark.
perfect. Thanks.
Or I should say the line of sight on the maps will know you can see in the dark.
Yeah. Don't want to be in the dark anymore.
No, I think that's brilliant. That's great.
The goggles, they do nothing.
So,
Yeah.
so there is this cloak. Do you guys want to pool money and purchase
I
it
don't
for
think
somebody, or leave it? Or if there's something else you want to look into instead? You said something about boots of winter, Ryan? Was that serious?
no.
Oh, okay.
I just actually I opened up the book and the first thing I saw was the boots of Winterland.
Oh.
They're like, winter?
Just in case you have to take down artists, you got to get that cold resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah, if all the
Artist goes down.
uncommon.
I feel like I would just
ones-
have to say no. They don't have those in Port Nyanzaru.
You don't have heavy fur-lined boots? with
Well, it
spikes on
depends on how
Or-
adventurous they are.
Or they have a bunch of them because they haven't been able to sell them.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I've
It's
seen
possible to move these things.
for some reason there's a lot of Egyptian stuff in London. I don't know how they got it, but a
Yeah.
lot of rare
Anyway,
relics
it's on display,
all
not
over the
for
world.
All right.
Andre, you could get the gloves of missile snaring.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
All those times that Corey throws missiles at me.
Would you get two chances?
No.
If you had them?
Well, no, because I only have one reaction.
Oh.
Okay. Anything else that you would ask Xanthi for one, or that you just want to look to see to purchase, other outside of mundane shit?
Sure.
Although I would say that I think Xanthi would at least provide you guys, if you're heading out in the jungle, if you need I would say if you need to top up a medicine kit, or grab a couple water skins, or maybe 10, 20
Damn
days
it.
worth of rations, she could probably provide basic supplies for your next journey. Knowing
Yeah,
that
where
you
was
would
she when we replaced all of our gear?
You didn't go visit her first. Not her fault you went and bought it yourself first. You never asked.
Good point.
That's okay. That's all cheap stuff anyways. Super
Yeah,
easy.
it's
Barely an
made
inconvenience.
in China?
Barely an
Where's
inconvenience.
in China?
Okay, I'm gonna assume by everyone's silences that you guys are done. So
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really put thought into it, so I think fair enough.
if you think of something and before you guys physically leave the city, just bring it up, and we'll go back to it. So several days pass. On the third night, you guys are sleeping in this house. I mean, the safe house is not as luxurious as the tavern. 1, 2, 3. But on the 9th day, the 19th of Mythal, the year 1504 of the 4th era, you guys will have... Archie will wake up feeling not quite 100%, but 95% good.
Close. I'm so close.
Injuries have healed up. You guys are feeling good. You've gotten your crafting, you're researching, you've learned some stuff. One thing that I will point out here, Archie, is that on the third night, after several nights of rest, once you start feeling yourself, sorry, not like that, not like that.
Well, it promotes healing.
Near-death experiences, they affect people in different ways.
Feeling more like yourself is what I meant to say. I'm gonna whisper you.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. I'm feeling myself today.
Oh,
Welcome
I'm
back.
assuming, Liz, you're gonna recreate Gerald?
Yes.
So does that cost money?
No, it's just a spell slot.
Oh, okay.
It's just a level 1 spell slot when I wake up in the morning. Okay.
Let me put Gerald back in the combat tracker because he's back.
Hey, buddy.
He's back. Oh god, he's a villain.
Gerald.
He's friendly.
He's changed.
Gerald has, how many hit points does Gerald have? Oh, I guess, do we re-roll it? No, we give him average, right?
No.
41?
Hold on.
Yeah, 41. That's what I have written down. 3 to 8 plus 3.
Gerald has 41.
41, yeah. Okay, so Gerald he's back. Back in the combat tracker, 41 hit points. Liz, you're at 31 out of 32, is that right?
31 out of 36.
30.
I miscalculated.
Oh, so you do have one more day. Okay.
So, I have one more night of rest.
So, on the third morning, I would say, Aelin, you would notice this because you've been kind of keeping a pretty close eye on your sister as she recuperates. You do notice that she does sleep very, not poorly, like Liz, you sleep well enough, but she's definitely very, like, tossing and turning. But it's not like a hag vision nightmare hunting, at least as far as you know, nobody has any visions, technically. But you would awaken ready to face the day, or do you want to say you take one more day? But anyways, in the morning you awaken. Clevin and Soggy are usually gone like first thing in the morning doing their thing. They've been very busy with trying to, work on Efon's operation and stuff. Not much to tell on that front other than they're just getting people in place and working on things. You don't hear any messages from Xanthi or Zindar during this time. So it's just kind of, honestly, a quiet few days as you guys are able to research and rest and craft and shop and recover. But yeah, so you're all in the morning eating breakfast. What do you do?
Do my calisthenics in my armor, 'cause I can now.
Well, we should probably decide what our next moves are.
Well, how are you feeling?
Not 100%. I think one more night.
Well, enough to check out the portal, though?
Yeah, no, I think that's fine as long as nobody jumps through it. Checking it out, I think is
Good luck to
probably.
Jonah.
Oh.
Hey, listen, if we want, rather than sending your bird through, I'll be the bird.
No.
Because I can listen.
And what if you can't come back through?
I feel like
What if you can't come back through?
then I'll
Die.
hide because
He'll make his way back.
I can be super sneaky now.
Then I guess I'll die.
I
Super
say
sneaky,
we-
Or are you just regular sneaky?
I say we send the birds.
I mean, I was always pretty sneaky, Blackwind. Just now, I had a physical implement on me. Now I feel like I could go
I had the same
anywhere.
problem.
Wait.
I had buckets on my feet.
Who
Oh.
said that? Wasn't Quillen around here? Where'd he go?
See what I'm saying? Good one, Jonah.
You're not going
Always
through the
looking at-
portal on your own.
All right, fair enough.
We don't even know.
You're not going to the portal, period.
We're not sure if it's like depending on how that portal is positioned, it could be dangerous, or they could have it trapped because if they've activated,
If they've used
they know
it.
that it can be traveled through the other way.
Yeah. Although that is a good sign that you can get back through it, given they may have had to activate it in the first place. So it stands to reason that there's no reason we shouldn't be able to activate it ourselves to do the same thing. But
Well, we send the bird through.
we send
Yeah.
the bird. Then
The
it
birds
would
aren't
give us
real.
a very, like I said, he's basic. Poor little owl. But it gives us a very rudimentary but after, I guess we don't know whether we're going through them or not. So initially I wanted to go over to kind of where Artis said he was headed. Like that was, I wanted to swing that way before going to Orlunga, but I don't think we should do that anymore. I think we should leave him to do that for now. And I think we should, I think our main goal should be the Death Curse.
And what about Needle's bones?
Yeah.
Well, I mean long term, like when we're leaving, like if we go to the bones, we're coming back right away, right? That's the
Yeah.
That's just like a quick jaunt, which I think is smart too, because it could let us stock up. Because if we have to travel to Orlunga just directly with no shortcut like these portals, it's like 3 weeks minimum to get there. So we would need to be stocked up. But I think that should be our main priority from here on out. Honestly, because it's not good, guys. It's so I died,
Yeah. You came back?
but not right away.
Oh. What does that mean?
It's hard to explain. Ish. And yeah, she'd be pretty like she's visibly uncomfortable. With so I got hit by the fire and it hurt a lot, but then it didn't hurt at all. It was like I was like floating, like, you know, like if you like hold your breath and you just go deep into the water and you're just kind of like floating. That's what it felt like. And it was nice. If everything was bright, like all of my happy memories were there. It was nice. But then it wasn't anymore. It was like all the pain came back again. So I wasn't nice and floating anymore, and it felt like it was oily. Like I was in oil, and all of my memories were like tearing apart. They were being torn apart and torn away from me. Like they were all just being stretched and devoured, and it was terrible. And then until there was just nothing left but me in the dark. And then that wasn't even enough. it wanted more. It wanted all of me. And then it was just like once almost everything of me was gone, I could hear them and see them. And it wasn't just me in the dark. It was thousands and tens of thousands and an immeasurable amount of others just like me. And like it was happening to them too. But I was pulled out, light filled my vision again, and I wasn't there anymore, but they are. And I think it's the soulmonger doing it. And there was a few other things that I couldn't make sense of. There was a crying, like a wailing infant, and every time it happened, it just like pierced into my head. It was just this wailing, screaming kid, baby, infant. Yeah. I don't understand that, but the rest of it, like that's everybody who's died while this curse has been going. It was terrible. And like if somebody doesn't do something about it, that's gonna be everybody that we know and love, and there's nothing. Once it gets you, there's just nothing left anymore. There's no afterlife. There's no fields.
Well, I mean,
It's just nothing.
that's sounds like probably the most horrible thing I can think of. You experienced something that, clearly none of us can truly appreciate.
But you will. That's what scares me, is that if whatever this thing isn't stopped, that's what everybody is going to experience everywhere, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like, like finding out about Mesro is fine, and finding, like bringing that back, great, but this, I think it's just the most important. I would be on a boat home if it wasn't for this right now, because that sucked. But like I say, it's not just me. It's that's dragon bait now. Like every time we see a soul get taken, that's what's happening to them. And it's really, really bad.
What if we need Mesro? What if we need the strength of the beret to help fight the one that strayed from them?
That's a good thought. That's entirely possible. Like it might all.
Honestly, like everything, like things have connections, but I'm not even sure can we connect things very much other than the beret and the undead and the traitor or whatever, the undead one.
Yeah.
There's several things happening, but I'm not like, are the Anti still kind of involved a bit?
I mean, we know that Nasi
Who's the Blood King?
is Blood King is, we don't know anything about. I couldn't find any information about a Blood King specifically.
Who is the Batman?
I don't know who he is, but
Yeah.
we know the Yanti are working with Nasi in Omu. We saw that in Mesro. Assuming I mean that's assuming our visions were correct, but I have to assume they were because otherwise we're real screwed. But so yeah, we know the Yanti are working with him. We know he is controlling the undead as far as we can, or created the undead. Whether he's controlling them or not.
And is he the one that that created the Soulmonger?
I believe, yeah, it's in Omu.
Created or is using it.
Or is
No.
using it, whether
Yeah.
he created it or not. He's turned it on.
So basically, we need to get to Omu,
All signs
Kill-
point to Omu.
kill this guy, and turn it off.
Yeah.
All roads lead to Omu.
I'm in. I mean, obviously, my main destination is Omu anyway.
I know.
So
I know. I know that there are other things we could do, and Aelin, you might 100% be right. It might be before we go to Omu, we might need to visit all of the beret places and get them freed like we did at Firefinger. Like that may be part of it, part of the key to being able to take on the sea and whatever this is. Like, you're totally right. I'm just saying, I think like that goal should definitely be, go to Orlunga and find out what the Guardian has to say, because they could give us the knowledge we need to have better determination. But I don't know. I just thought it was important that you guys know.
Are you saying that we don't worry about what's happening at the port and just move on?
Well, yeah, like we do the portals. We like the Blood King thing. That's right beside Orlunga. We're gonna be there anyway. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with traveling up to look into that. Like that's. I'm just saying. I think unless it ties in, I don't know whether it changes what we do or not.
That's the thing, we don't know.
We don't. I know.
It ties into like that, right? Like all these things could tie into it in one way or another, but we don't know to begin with.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I just thought you guys should know, just so I don't know, you might not agree either. Like that's where my priority lies, is doing what's needed to get that taken care of as sort of just the main goal, I guess. Sooner rather than later.
Isn't that our main goal from the beginning? Is to find out and deal with the death curse?
Yeah, but there are,
Well, that's Donnaquin's main goal.
Yeah.
That's actually your personal quest, why you were sent to begin with, because your people back home have been dying of the death curse.
Yeah, I knew that. I just figured out that was from what we've talked about and things like that. That was basically what people and stuff that we were eventually doing anyway, was trying to find out more about that and things like talking to us up to the alligator and different things like that, right? Like,
Yeah. No, that's essentially.
yeah.
I guess from my point of view, it feels more dire now than it did 4 days ago.
Now you know the dreams I've been having. Like those dreams that I had that led me to Chult.
If they were anything like I just experienced, you downplayed them significantly.
Minus the near-death experience, obviously. But
Well, no, but yes, I say, literally my entire being and self was being ripped to nothing.
well, he didn't rip my, but I could sense something bad. I just don't have an image really. It's a shadow form. I think I had a cackle once maybe.
A what?
I can't remember this. I think I might have had a voice once, but not speaking. Or was there a speaking? Yeah, there might have been speaking.
I don't know.
Voices, they're in my head.
There was There was no voice for me.
But these
It
are
was
the
just
dreams that led me here.
it was my own
And
memories.
evil, anyways.
Yeah.
And I believe we kind of everything pointed towards the death curse, but I mean, there's very little to go on.
Yep. I mean,
you know what it's like to wake
only,
up from a dream.
We can only do what we can here today, so we can go investigate these portals, and then find out what we do from that.
And then slowly make our way on up to, like I said, you were saying Orlando, right?
Orlando, the Guardian.
Or
That's our
to somebody.
That's our first step to getting towards Omu, or finding out what we need to do to get to Omu.
Well, yeah, like I was saying, going in that direction is the
I
best
know.
way.
My
Like
point
any
was,
little things possible, right? As
we
long as
should
we're
go
heading in that direction to go towards to find out stuff about the death curse, I think is the best idea stuff to do as well.
Yeah, I think generally we're all saying that we agree and want to, work towards that goal as quickly as possible. And if that means we don't do certain things that could be considered not exactly in that path, then so be it.
I thought we were looking into that red portal first right now.
no, we will. I just
This wasn't general conversation. We're not talking about in the next 5 minutes. Let's do this.
That wasn't. It was a. This is what happened, and is what is happening, and I think the serious and direness of it really needs to be taken into account when we make decisions. That's all.
I think the big thing is, this is just as a DM, the big thing is, before the death curse seemed a bit more abstract and far off and other people's problem, and I think with Archie now, having experienced that, she has a much greater understanding of, no, this is everybody, including ours, like, this is very bad. And if you think about how long, and I'm sure Archie would be thinking about this, how long you've been here, knowing how long you've known about the death curse, how many people are completely, utterly annihilated and went through that since this started. It's been half a year now since you guys came to Chult, or since you left your homeland when Cinder died of the death curse. So just the enormity of loss of life is just, it's in the abstract, it's easy to be like, yeah, we're working towards it. But Archie now has gone through something where it's like, oh,
it's not so much the loss, though. It's the actual interception of the essence of being.
Well, that's the thing. It's not the loss of life. It's the loss of soul. There is no afterlife for anybody who has died. There's nothing.
Packing people's souls together like a can of tuna or sardines.
Yeah. And there's thousands upon thousands and people just waiting to be devoured by this thing. At what rate, I don't know. But
I mean, I'm glad you finally caught up to my feelings. Well, my feeling. I only have one.
I only have one. Blackburn is tactful as ever. I only have one. Sorry, I thought that was funny. Carry on.
But, the question is, I mean, are we going into that portal? If it's safe to go through, are we just going through?
Let's find out.
Check them out.
Yeah, and I think on the way, we should swing by the harbor master's office, see if we can find out about. I don't know if you remember Iku, one of the guides, who wanted to head out that way. We might see if she's around and available, and depending on what we do, if we end up going through the portal to do Firefinger and Needle's Bones, or if we just go west, then
maybe we're
take her with us.
Well, we know Firefinger.
But... Well,
that's what I'm saying. If we go south, there's no point bringing her until we come back.
But if we
which decide to go west, then we take her. If
you
she's
know,
around.
like with knowing how bad it could be, like I'm not saying we need to forsake everything else for this, because forsaking those things could, like getting this needle's bones while we're here, that could help us in the long term, like, so I'm not saying we have to forego everything. I think it's just,
it's not going to be super easy to find or like if we teleport somewhere too that we don't know, finding our orientation unless we get really good landmarks.
Well, that's what I say, and part of it is making sure that it's a two-way thing, right? So if we do step through to scout, we can come back. Is also, if we decide this isn't something we want to do, if somebody aside from Al going through, if somebody wants to go through and actually look, Al going through tells us we can come back.
I know it's not 100%, but I'm pretty certain the reason why this one is open now, or that color, is because somebody came through. Is what I'm kind of assuming.
At some point,
but it's not a certainty by any means.
Well, let's go find out.
Okay.
And trip and fall.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys want to head out of the so you'll be passing right by the harbor master's office. Were you just checking to see if Iku's posting was still there, which it is. Did you want to leave something at the harbor master's office that you're looking to hire her, or are you just curious whether she's still in town?
Yeah, I mean, if she's not in town, then it's all pointless anyway. But yeah, first find out if she's still in town, and then if we maybe just meet and chat, depending on what we decide to do.
Okay.
So you,
well, her notice is still there. You can take it, so somebody else doesn't, if you want to for now, and then.
Sure.
And then so essentially how it works is you could either leave your. You could leave a message here because it goes through the job board, right? So you could just leave a message here with the harbor master that you're looking to speak with Iku, and then I don't know, obviously you're staying in a safe house, so you probably wouldn't leave an address. Before it was easy because it'd be like, we're staying at the Thundering Lizard. So I'm not sure. Do you want what are you gonna do? Just take her notice so that nobody else hires her for now, or you want to leave a message? And what's that message say?
We could meet at the Thundering Lizard in the evening for dinner.
Okay.
And we just stop by there
and the harbor the lady at the harbor master office, she would let you know that like the guides check back frequently, several times a day usually, because otherwise how do they know if people are looking to hire them? So certainly, yeah, if you want to say like tonight, whatever time, say dinner time, so I don't know, 6:30.
Yeah. It'd be good to check with the Thundering Lizard anyway. Andril was supposed to meet us there.
Oh yeah.
I assume when we went to, did we? I guess that maybe nobody left anything there.
Yeah, because we were trying to be secret.
Yeah.
Okay. So take her notice and leave a message saying we're looking to speak with you about a potential job. Meet at Thundering Lizard at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. They will take your name and the instructions and message, and she says if she passes through here today, which we will ensure she gets the message.
Cool.
Then what? You wander all the way down to the bathhouse portals?
Yeah. Avoiding the Sekula fountains. I mean, there's only the one basically to avoid. Or no, 2.
Yeah, you can easily just kind of avoid it by going down across the docks and then like just stay out of the squares. That's easy enough.
Okay.
I mean, nothing really stands out as you travel and make your way. Nothing, it's just typical hustle and bustle of the city. I would say at maybe just after 9 in the morning, you guys would find yourself standing in front of the warehouse, past the bathhouse. What do you do?
Enter, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I guess do we want to try and be quiet just in case there might be people here?
I mean,
Inside.
hopefully there's somebody on watch, but
I will look around to see if there's anyone on watch.
well, because Ren's people. Did we ever hear anything back from Ren while staying at the house?
You're staying literally where he's staying.
Right. Did we hear back about why nobody saw us come in the first place?
No, he's not been able to track down the person he had stationed there at all. He doesn't know where they are. But he has stationed someone there. You would know, I would assume at this point, you're part of the Utepki and everything, you're staying with Ren, that typically he has somebody just on this rooftop overlooking the square. Okay. So you guys would know where to look, and you would see the person up there who recognizes all of you, because, you know, they're not idiots. And he would probably just quickly flash you the Utepka sign, probably as you're walking by, because you'd be walking by like this way, right? He would probably, as you identify or whatever, or he identifies himself, he would just toss you from the rooftop. He would just toss you down like a key on a leather strap. Okay.
Then we will use that.
Yeah, because the warehouse is open like to the street, but the back door is chained and fully locked again. They've replaced that lock. But the key they gave you would fit and unlock.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go on.
Yeah. Let's unlock it.
Sorry, just pause for a moment. Ryan, do you have enough money for that?
Yeah, I already dropped it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I had 20 platinum, which is 200, and I put 300 gold on it.
Yeah. Okay. I was just checking. I was looking. I'm like, wow, you got like no money, but you've already taken it off. I see.
I've been struggling to find the item, and I'm just like, I don't know where. It just brings me stuff.
Sure.
Everything but the kitchen sink.
Yeah. There you go. Oh wait, let me there you go. Send. Yay. Black when buying a fancy cloak.
Nice.
Which would be. There you go.
Oh.
Works for my whole thing. Although it's not elven kind, it's more Cholton style. Cholton jungle.
Okay. Yeah. So unlock, opens.
Yeah.
The apparatus is there. Doesn't look like anything's been disturbed. It looks the same as when you were here last, as far as you can tell.
You wanna do the honors?
Sure. What am I doing?
The lever.
Oh, yeah. I'll pull the lever.
Okay. There's a whirring, clicking sound, and then poof! A big purple portal appears.
Purple portal.
Anybody here want to go to the purple? Stop. Going once, going twice, and I'll pull it again.
It opens still.
Next level.
Next.
Don't forget to tip your waiter.
You pull. There's a brief flash as the purple portal shimmers and slowly shifts color to a light blue.
All right, Al. You're up, buddy. I'll give him the same instructions as last time, which is pop in, look around, report back, hopefully. And then if he's not back within a minute or so, I will use my action to poof him out, poof him in.
Okay.
I'm going to be ready for anything other than Al to come back through the portal.
Same.
All right.
I'm sitting right in front of the portal, just like, okay, buddy.
I kind of move you back behind us.
Dragon Jaw just comes in and takes her.
So you send Al through, wait a little bit, and then how does it work? You can just bounce him back.
Yeah, as an action, I can send him to a pocket dimension, and then I can resummon him from said pocket dimension if he's still on this plane of existence.
Okay. Well, so essentially, you might as well just use that rather than tell him to.
Well, it's more I just want to know if he can come directly back through it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
I want him to do so if he can.
He doesn't. He doesn't come back.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what I say. After about 30 seconds for his, I would just bamf him out back again. Okay. He's a good owl. He would do it if he could.
Poof, he's back. And he can describe what he sees to you guys, right? You have beast talk anyways, right?
So
you can pretty easily
speak with animals.
You guys, they can directly speak.
So, Al would let you know that on the other side, he would tell you that it seems like it was he got the sense that he was maybe underground, but he was in a relatively small chamber. There was a few things that he would have noticed. He's got dark vision, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't
60
lit.
feet.
It wasn't lit, but it was a relatively small chamber. He would tell you that there was a staircase leading out. It was really old with vines and roots and stuff, so he's fairly certain it's underground. And the staircase led up, but he couldn't go up there because it was blocked at the top. Like he couldn't open the door or the trap. It was like a trap door, but Al's not strong enough. He couldn't do anything. So it was only probably like a very small, like, single room. There was some small desks, or not desks, but there was some small, like, tables and stuff in there. And he would tell you that there was also what seemed to be some sort of natural hot springs. But the portal...
sign of any maze or anything on the wall or floor or...
Yeah, there was no portal for him to come back through.
There was no portal to come back through, no, and he didn't notice anything specific that looked like a maze, but he wasn't really. I mean, he's an owl. He wasn't really paying attention too much to. He was more looking at the physical features, not really inferring anything from anything on the walls or anything like that. So yeah, but there wasn't anything else there. He didn't see any other creatures or. Might be some bugs and stuff, but...
Was there light coming from the trapdoor?
No. It was pitch black, so he could see because he's an owl, but...
Okay. I just wanted, so it doesn't directly lead outside. Alright, so blue is unknown quantity.
But seemingly safe. There was nothing dangerous there in that room.
Yeah. Okay.
But he wasn't able to... Maybe there was a way back to... But he didn't know how or where you could possibly activate it, so... Unknown at this point whether you could come back if you go through there.
Okay. It doesn't stay open anyway. Now purple didn't either though, right? We went through purple.
Yeah, purple didn't stay open either.
We had to activate with a lever. Okay.
Yeah.
Right? There was a lever on that side?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell Al to look out for a lever that looks like this one here next time he goes through.
The other side of the one that we came back on was tracing the symbol of Uptow.
It was. So far we've had two different methods to activate the portal. There was a lever like the one here at the purple one, and then yellow. Yeah, and then yellow was tracing. So I'm just a lever he could probably discern. maze is a little beyond his comprehension. Like
Yeah.
the shape of something he could probably figure out. So yeah, I'll just be like, well, keep an eye out for that. We'll do it again with red, I guess.
Yep.
I will go. Okay. Time to go to red.
The
Apples of red.
The portal slowly shifts, darkens, and becomes red, a crimson red.
Red. Okay, buddy. Here we go again. We'll send him through again. Same as before. If he's not back in 40 seconds or so, I'll bamf him back.
Sure. Just checking something. Yeah, so you...
Unless he's dead.
Yeah. Were you checking how many hit points Alice
had? Very little.
4.
But he does not provoke opportunity attacks when he flies out of enemies' reaches. So he's got that going for him. They don't get to swing at him. And he's not stopping. Just regular attacks, yeah. He's got a fly speed of 60 feet. He's pretty fast.
Okay, so he goes through. He doesn't return on his own.
Mm-hmm.
So you bamf him back.
Yeah.
He bamfs back. He would describe to you a very he describes to you what seems to be it's a relatively small room, about the same size as the other one that he was just at. There's some sort of shrine or something there. The way he describes it makes you think it's maybe a shrine or something. There was a passage out which he followed. It was lit by torches, flames, open flames, and he kind of went out, and there was like a couple different ways to go, but he just flapped down one direction for a little ways before, and it opened into a very large, and he thinks maybe he was underground, but a very large chamber underground, and he would describe essentially like metal walkways, and balconies, and like bridges, and like strange, like maybe you wouldn't really have a good concept of what it was, but you get the sense of maybe machinery of some sort.
Lots of metal.
Yeah, and all over a massive lake of molten lava.
I bet that's the forge.
And
I've never heard of a dwarven city.
And he said that it was very hot and bright and reeked of sulfur. And he said that there was, although they didn't see him, because, owls are little and stealthy, he says that there were small creatures, red-skinned lizard creatures moving about. And you heard the hammer. It sounded like clanking of metal, and the thrum of like some sort of like fire and commotion off in the distance. But he didn't go any further before you bumped him back.
Good boy. Wow. Okay.
So probably not Tomoe-chan.
No, I mean, I'm assuming that's.
Have we heard of where any hot springs are in the peninsula?
Well, we found
it'd be near mountains, right?
Well, the thing is we found an underground hot spring.
Maybe volcano.
Remember? We rested in it on the way back from Mbala.
Yeah, that was Uptow.
Did that one have a trap door going in?
It's not. Well, it kind of did. It had. We had to move the statue. We traced the thing, and the statue moved back and opened the passageway.
We also opened a door.
I say, for all we know, that could be the same chamber.
Yeah, Al, were there bowls? Somebody ask Al if there were bowls in there.
He said there were small tables, so maybe not. But
Corey,
old stairs, underground, small chamber.
Based on this description, does it seem like anything like what I know about the Peaks of Flame. I know that fire newts.
Oh yeah.
Are there?
Oh yeah.
Which one are you talking about?
I think you're talking about red portal, where we were talking about blue.
Oh, I apologize.
It's
Sorry.
okay.
I mean, there's lava, but there's a lot of volcanoes in Chult, so.
Yeah.
But does that description of the red-skinned, does that ping anything like for anybody?
Newts?
Could be fire newts, could be kobolds. They're pretty closely related creatures, but
yeah,
could be some sort of like there's salamanders. You know, there's salamanders in and around the Peaks of Flame, but those are bigger. Right. He said they were small, so they could be kobolds or fire newts. Sure.
Yeah. Needles Bones volcano or
no? Needles is a dragon.
Needles is bones of a dragon. Bones. Yeah. Apparently, a treasure trove awaits Intrepid. Yeah, to get to them.
I used to spend a lot of time near and sort of around-ish the Peaks of Flame because the Dwarven clan that I kind of got semi-adopted by hung out in the Emerald Crater, which is just north of there.
Okay. So, as far as we know, the forge is over here.
Yeah.
It's north. According to Hugh, it is north Shilkul Bay. So yeah, so it's actually down here. So it would be to the west of the Peaks of Flames, like over in these Peaks of Flames down here. Yeah, like somewhere in this area is where the forge would be.
The Kobold Mountains?
Yes.
Which sounds suspiciously perhaps maybe what the Little Redskin...
It's, They could either be kobolds or fire newts. It's hard to say.
They turned them into a newt. Well...
Yeah, so that's a good... I feel like that's got to be... You know, because something like that. They lost the forge to...
Yeah.
We have no exact idea where we're heading, but on any of these spots except for technically...
yellow.
The one yellow. We kind of know with the water portal, if we go there, and in theory we'll help a beret by going there and hopefully getting rid of the nasty cult Kool-Aid that they're drinking. Because they weren't always this way, according to stories anyways. I think helping the berets will help us.
I would like to go to the Orlunga to see if the Guardian tells us that.
Yeah.
Because, like, Orlunga is a stop on the way. We know it's not a final anything, right?
Yeah.
So, because the Guardian might give us a more clear picture of what will help us. You know, if the Guardian goes, help the Bray, or
going to Orlunga and talking to them is the most like black and white sort of. We know that this is something that we want/need to do.
Well, we know that it helps us.
Yes.
But I think my point of going there first is that because we are talking to somebody, a very wise guardian, it may give us a clear picture of all of these other things in our picture, whether they help it or not, or whether they're side.
That'll probably lead us to what's her face, bitch pudding.
Well, she's not heading to Orlunga as far as we know.
She bought all the maps.
But she bought the maps for the higher peaks, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't she buy the storm rack?
Miss Cliff.
Oh, it was Miss Cliff. Oh, okay. I thought it was storm rack. My bad. Gotcha.
No, that's my bad, because it was definitely storm rack.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because you said Miss Cliff.
That was totally my bad. It's the storm rack mountains.
Son of a bitch.
Okay. Yeah, because as far as I could tell, she's probably looking for the same thing Artis is, because she's been looking.
Tamalka,
she's trying to.
If we're actually looking for Tamalka, we know it's
where they meet.
But
like I say, that's where Artis is heading. I think we should not head there.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why we should go that way.
Not just because, like I'm saying, I think Oralunga is our better bet because that sort of pings everything, and it's information gathering. In that, then it may give us a clear picture of everything else that we have access to. It may give us a clear picture of which ones of those we should actually focus on, whether we should head to Tamalka or to Ubtao or to the Forge, or you know, like we might have to hit all of them. But if we talk to the Guardian, they may give us a clearer picture of which one of those is like the way, or all of them, or I don't know. That's my opinion. But if you guys
take our same path then, or do we kind of like branch off? Like, do we hit Mbala almost, and then?
I think so.
Way? I can't remember if it's like up to Mbala, and then it's like kind of just a bunch of those, right? Up
it's basically straight. Yeah. So Mbala is a bunch of those plateaus. So if we come in from the north, shut up. We know we saw the peak of the ziggurat from Mbala. Yeah. So if so I think if we come in from the north and then hit west along the top of, through the jungle that way, keeping Mbala to our south, that should head us in the right direction, and then we just have to,
And let's also be aware, it sounds like it got a lot more dangerous because the Gilded Eye got their asses handed to them, it sounds like, and kicked out.
Yeah. I mean, we could always cut higher if
I'm just saying, it sounds like it got a lot more hairier, that's all. So we might just want to be, if we're going to go this route.
Yeah, I mean, we can always cut west higher north if we want to, and then follow the mountains down as well. We could do that. Takes us through Batiri territory, but
I don't care.
I'd rather deal with Batiri than
we could actually possibly get something, maybe if it's still around for
Wakanga. It's still in there.
If they haven't destroyed it.
So so we have no idea where blue leads. So I think it's a big risk. It could lead us down to that area, but it could also not.
I never answered the question. Aelin, you said to ask Al if there's bowls there.
Right. Yes.
I never actually answered that, did I? No. Yes, there was bowls on those tables.
So that could be the hot spring that we found.
Probably. Was there tables in that one?
Yeah.
There was?
Well, that'd be a quick way to get
Let's risk it for the biscuit.
Close to Orlando.
I say we risk it.
That would put us, exactly where we want to go.
I say we risk it.
Question is, do we do Needle Bones first? Do we travel up from Firefinger? Do we go back to Firefinger and travel up and hit Needle's Bones before risking these other portals? Because it could allow, like...
It would take 3... Assuming that it's where it is marked on the map, and you don't have to search around for it, you'd probably be looking at like 3 to 4 days round, depending on how long it takes you there and searching around and finding it.
And then start going to Orlanga.
Well, I think what we're saying is that if we go through the blue portal now, and it is that shrine, I mean, that's basically the whole, almost, like...
That cuts weeks.
The whole way to Mbala, practically.
Yeah.
What if it's not? Do we have a way to get back?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the risk, right? So, like, it's...
Okay, well, okay.
It's only a risk if there's no way to get back. Because if there is a way to get back, and it's not where we want to go, then big deal. We just come back.
And it only cuts about 7 days. We can travel down there in just about 7 days on the river.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I mean, it saves us a lot of time, but it's not weeks.
We got the boat, but that can't fit all of us, right?
No, we need to pick up another boat.
How much are we short?
Or I mean, if we go back to Firefinger, we do have 2 canoes there.
That's what I'm saying. If we go back to Firefinger, we can pick up our boats.
Well,
bring them back.
Yeah.
I mean, thus far, your experience with the portals is that they've all been 2 ways. The Lobo, you can come back. The yellow one, you can come back.
You just have to find the.
But like, there's no evidence that you wouldn't be able to come back so far with your experience with the portals.
Sure, no, it's Brad as a player assumes completely there's a way to come back, but as characters, we have to weigh the fact that we haven't seen it with our eyes that there's a way to come back.
And if it's the hot spring that we found, we didn't see any way in there to activate a portal.
Yeah, we didn't see a portal appear, so we'd have to.
But we also weren't looking for it either.
No, yeah, but
we
to your point,
searched the room pretty thoroughly.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, if there's something I could turn Al into that is a little bit better with what a room looks like.
Fine with going through the portal if we could find a way to fit everybody in that one boat. Just so if we get to the coast or if we get to a river, we know we can travel quickly. Even if
If we don't want to pick up a canoe, we can just buy another canoe.
Well,
and then drag it here.
And drag it.
Well, okay. So the main question first off, aside from the blue portal, is do we want to go through the yellow and get the boats, hit up Needle's Bones, and come back? Because whether that's sort of, if we're gonna do that, we do that first.
Jonah probably would want to hit up Needle Bones.
I want to, but
it could be connected.
There's a vote in the chat.
I say, because if we're doing that, we do that first, and then we can come back to whether we take the blue portal after.
Whatever.
If you guys are on board, then Quillen's on board.
Knowing we could have access to some magical items potentially, I think it's worth, like, if there's a bit of money there, that means more magic items and more spells potentially, which is a plus.
God, I can't wait to get back to safety.
Did you know, Brett?
Safety of the jungle that wants to kill us.
Guess I believe.
They say, because if that's so it looks like
we're gonna go back to Firefinger so we can get to the Needle's Bone.
Needle's Bones
and
get
collect our boats.
Collect our boats and come
Collect
back.
our boats and all that stuff, and then okay.
Honestly, if it's roughly that spot, we're really not that far from the river.
We're not. Yeah, and then say from then we can decide whether we want to risk this blue portal or not. After we've.
Oh, do I get a vote? Is that Gerald?
Oh, it might be
Gerald.
Gerald.
Gerald abstains.
It's too bad that. Well, I'm not allowed to click it, so it must be Gerald. Anyways.
It doesn't show one for me.
Yeah, it shows 6.
Yeah. Oh, it shows 7 for me. Weird.
Interesting.
Ghosts.
You do get a vote.
Ghost characters. Okay. So, well, it seems unanimous. Okay. You guys want to go to Firefinger. So you can do that today, luckily, because yellow's the last color, as far as you're aware. You didn't cycle past it and have to wait till tomorrow to do this, at least, if you're ready to
how that works.
Yeah, we can only
you can only open it once per day. To each one.
I also like this because we know the layout where we're going right away.
I mean, to be fair, even if you wanted to do the blue portal, you'd have to wait till tomorrow anyways.
I didn't realize that.
So
yeah.
Still want to do the yellow tomorrow because I want to say goodbye to Undril. See what with her.
Yeah, do you want to bring Chance?
Yeah, of course.
You want to pick up Chance? I would like to get, back to full health. So we'll do dinner. We'll take it tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll take one more night.
Oh yeah,
in
I guess
city.
if you just take off now after leaving a message for someone to meet you for dinner. What a bunch of jerks.
No,
her up.
And so bad at that too.
And Undril shows up, and they're both at like opposite ends of the bar, and they're like, "Man, where are these jerks? Been here for 3 nights. You're waiting for them too? I'm waiting for them too." They hit it off.
Go on adventures.
Go on adventures together.
No. Okay.
Pull that lever 2 more times, Jonah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll
lock
pull
it
the
up.
yellow. Pull the lever. I assume it's
Wait, what if
yellow.
Yeah,
there's another
the
color?
red
Maybe.
the red shimmers and becomes yellow.
Does
And
yellow
then
become other?
I will. Do you want to send Al through this just in case?
Can't hurt.
Oh
Over
yeah,
here?
sure. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Send Al through yellow just to see, because actually, when we left yellow, there was a clockwork dude that I destroyed with a fire cantrip, a fire thing, bolt.
Fireball.
I wish. Nope. Yeah, so I'll send Al through just to see if anything, if there's been any activity,
Okay.
anything new. He was with us last time. He knows the layout.
Okay. How many hit points does Al have?
He's got one.
Oh.
He doesn't come back when you try to resummon him.
All right, then I sit down and I resummon him.
What did you
Properly.
say?
Hey, that's not bad. That's one
I
death
need
and
to check.
3 or 4 doors, so that's way better than the imp. That imp got abused.
Yeah, we'll just check off that 10 gold there.
You resummon Al to the old-fashioned way.
Yep. So it takes me 11 minutes?
Sure.
Or is it an hour? Oh, it takes an hour. So, well, we've got nothing else going on. It's not dinner time yet.
Technically, I can do the same thing. I can summon a familiar as well.
So we have 2.
I mean, if you don't
That's
want to spend an hour, you could just use a spell slot.
I don't have it prepared.
Ah, okay.
Have familiar spells.
Okay. So you guys gonna wait
Well.
for the resummon, or are you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hit the lever again, Jonas, before anything tries to come through the other side.
Okay. I'll hit the
I mean,
lever
we don't
again.
know that it opens on the other side. We don't really.
Yeah, but there's something on the other side, so maybe they know how to open it.
Right.
Careful,
Oh, that's
probably.
good call. That's fair.
The
We'll
portal
see if Al
shimmers, becomes a nothing.
Ah.
Gotcha.
So excited.
And
Good
it
one.
disappears in a poof of smoke. And then the handle breaks.
See if Al saw what killed him. Then we'll be prepared tomorrow.
All right. Give me a perception check for Al.
I can do that. He, I believe, gets advantage on those.
I want to see what he saw, if he saw anything in the
He
brief
does.
moment he was alive on the other side.
Was it like a fly trap?
Come on.
Oof.
16.
Uh,
16's not too bad. It's better than mine.
Better than 1.
It's enough. On the other side of the portal, Al would tell you that there were, he only saw 2, but there were 2 metal men, one of which hit him with a glaive immediately as he came through the portal.
Poor
Well,
little buddy.
What were the metal?
Get ready to
for?
fight
'Cause you
those.
said there
No.
was one when we left.
So when I left, one of the clockwork, it was like a little sentry, was there, and I hit it with a firebolt before I went through the portal.
You know, all right. I have a plan.
Yeah.
We'll discuss it at dinner.
Okay.
Right.
I just don't even remember the clockwork thing at all.
Nobody saw it but me.
Oh.
I was the last one to go through the portal, and it popped up right after everybody else had gone through. So I just threw a firebolt at it, and I thought I killed it, and then
You probably did, but maybe not before it. Like
was
phoned home or something.
Somebody was probably looking through it.
Was it similar to the gargoyle ones?
Probably.
They were over
I
at
mean,
the...
I think that's stands.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a reasonable connection.
Yeah,
to make,
it's the Pazuzu stuff,
Yeah.
dudes.
Which is linked to Mr. Withers.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I guess they posted sentries in case we came back, or they posted sentries just because they know there's a portal there now.
Well, obviously they're told to smash anything that comes appears.
Yeah. They seem to according to Al's description, he basically flew out of the portal and the thing went whoosh, as soon as it came out. I did roll an attack roll in case he might have gotten by them, but it was enough. Al's AC is not that great.
No, if he can get in and out before they have an attack, he doesn't provoke opportunities, but...
Okay.
Yeah, Al has no...
So,
he has no plus 11.
So you guys are going to head back to the Thundering Lizard by way of Kairos because you want to see if Undrill's around?
Yes.
Is that the plan? So you lock up the warehouse behind you again? And...
Yeah.
You toss the key back to the dude? Or you keep it? It's up to you.
Throw away the key.
I'm gonna keep it and flick him off as we walk past.
Fuck you, buddy!
Yeah.
Got your
Use
key,
my key now,
asshole.
bitch. Yeah. No, I'll...
Good luck on that roof, idiot.
Is the roof higher than 30 feet? Because I could just mage hand it up.
I mean, it's not hard to toss a key to somebody.
All right, no magic. Right.
I will hop up there.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
A few minutes later, you find yourself
suddenly
at Kairos. First thing you'll notice is there doesn't seem to be a Gilded Eye presence around Kairos, at least at the door this time.
They're gone.
Thinking back in your memory,
Gone.
Geez, a bunch of thinkers. Every single one of you succeeded on that intelligence check that I just rolled. Every one of you.
We're smart, Corey.
22, 24, 16, 15, 15, 15. Good job, team.
Yay.
As you get there, you think to yourself, wait a minute. We passed by the Temple of Gon in the harbor. That big ass ship, the Gilded Eye, was not there.
Oh my god. How did they turn it invisible?
It must be really powerful.
Wow.
Archie, can you do that?
Does the world know that they disappeared off the face of the planet?
I mean,
We gotta get down.
does it take more magic to make something larger and visible? Or is it the same amount of magic,
Maybe
no
they
matter what
shrank
size?
it down to a very small size.
I would love to be able to do.
Yeah.
That's just slightly out of my reach.
That's definitely what happened then.
Run up to the door and throw it open.
The door swings open with a slam. The page boy standing there lets out a little yelp.
Camera pans down to Jonah.
That's only level 2.
Where are my Gilded Eye?
You see a man behind the counter. His name is Tristan. You recognize him. He is currently... There's another man sitting in a chair in front of him. They seem to be discussing something. They both turn and look back at you. The other man, you will not recognize, but you will recognize his... he is wearing robes. And he's got a rather prominent holy symbol, and the symbol of the Gilded Eye emblazoned on his chest. He's a young man. He's probably maybe like, you would estimate, like young 20s maybe. And he's got a pair of spectacles and kind of like dirty blonde hair with no facial hair at all. He's got what looks to be some sort of like scepter or mace of some sort on his hip, and he kind of like just glances over at you. Tristan kind of like raises his eyes. What do you do?
Oh,
there's nobody else in the room other than the page boy.
I would wave to Tristan, and then I'd be like, "Is Undrill here?"
He's like, and he kind of leans in and pardon me, and the man kind of like leans back. He's like, oh, no trouble, go ahead. And Tristan's like, last I checked, yes, Master Jonah. I'm just helping one of my other guests here. Can you wait a moment?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be outside with my friends. Carry on, and I'll just back out and shut the door. Like,
No,
yeah, slam the door.
Or
Jonah-
leave running too.
Jonah makes an entrance. So you come back out down the steps. Your party's there still.
Yeah, I'll be like, don't worry, guys. Angel's still here. But Tristan was talking to a weird guy in some robes.
Like bathrobes or?
If anything can be a bathrobe, like once, so.
Sensual robes?
Yeah, and then I'll describe who I saw. I don't think I recognized him. Wait, you said I recognized him?
No, I don't think. No,
Okay.
you wouldn't have seen this guy before.
Okay.
Does it sound like what an Inquisitor looks like?
I would assume so.
You met an Inquisitor?
An
Yes.
Inquisitor?
At the dudes that wasn't it Inquisitor?
He was
Oh
with
no, that was
them.
Red Wizards. I'm thinking Red Wizards.
Yeah, I don't
we
think
saw them
you
though.
saw
They
them,
were
yeah.
in the
We know
Thundering
of them,
Lizard.
yeah.
You did see them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
They
were at another table while we had that meeting.
yeah. I mean, it definitely similar. Didn't look like a soldier of the Gilded Eye, so.
Yeah, probably. But he looked young. He was good looking.
A moment later, the door opens. The page boy is there, and he's like, Master Jonah," and kind of nods to the rest of you. Sorry, Tristan's free now.
Oh, great. All right. You guys want to go see if Andrel will talk to us?
Sure.
And I'll go in with the group.
Tristan is there. The man is not. And Tristan kind of stands. He's like, welcome back. Yes.
Hey, Tristan.
You were looking for Miss Silvertusk, are you?
Yeah, we were worried that she may have left.
No, she's still here. I can fetch her, and he points at the boy, and he's like, "Fetch Miss Silvertusk. Tell her she has visitors."
Oh, and do I have a letter? Any letters from my sister?
He digs in the desk. No, sorry, nothing for you.
That's all right. I wasn't really expecting a. It's only been a couple more days.
Oh, but I will post a letter back to Candlekeep. I've been carrying it just with the update on the yellow banner.
Oh, yes, certainly we can take care of that for you.
Thanks. Like I say, I would have had it to send.
How much did I charge for
shit.
that? I can't remember.
A gold or something?
Sure, takes.
I think seeing them talking about letters, I'd be like, maybe I should send something back to the monastery. I mean, we've learned a lot about the death curse. I'm just gonna hastily scribble a note. It's like still investigating Soulmonger.
You don't have any like a glue or anything. You just put it
No.
on the back of a wrapper.
To be
Crumple it
fair,
up. And
I have my entire my calligraphy in my side pocket. If you want to, seal the letter.
I thought you already mailed a letter
I did.
earlier.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't for the monastery.
Oh, who is it for?
It was for Salida before it. The idea was that we would connect with her before she left, but she left before I thought to send the letter, so it kind of didn't work out.
I'm sorry to hear that. She was cool.
Yeah.
She was cool.
She was also a little pretty too, right?
Did she die?
No,
She just went
was-
into the jungle.
Oh,
Yeah, she's a guide, like the other ones here.
You're saying she was.
Sorry, is.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I just say was because she was here. So
Well,
we
I
were
mean,
talking past tense.
It's been a couple months since we saw her, so it could be that she's not pretty anymore.
That's a good point.
Well, she had a pretty soul, so.
Her partner
Maybe-
was
maybe
dying of
not-
the death
maybe
curse,
not anymore.
so
No, that was
Oh.
Undril.
Yeah, that's Andro. Oh no. I hope that's
An
probably-
Andrel's friend too, right?
She was dying.
What do you mean?
A few moments as you guys are discussing this in the lobby, Tristan's like just kind of like awkwardly like wrapping Aylin's letter in like an envelope, trying to look like he's not listening, but he's sitting right near you, so it's obvious he can hear everything you're saying.
Oh,
I hope he's not a spy.
We're not. Did we say
He's
anything
saying- he's
sensitive?
saying-
I didn't even say
No, not really, but
Spies, they're just
you know, we're just
In
like
full
death curse,
picture.
soulmonger. I guess you wrote that, not
Yeah,
said it.
yeah. That was all stuff I wrote down.
That's fair.
There is a footsteps, and the page boy comes back down, and he says, Underl is just up in her room. She asks if you want to come up. You can follow me. I'll show you the way.
Yeah.
it's a trap.
thank you.
Yeah, what
Bye,
time is it?
Tristan.
Just what time is it? Did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like mid-afternoon still.
Okay. So we got a couple hours.
Well, it's probably like 4, because you spent an
Oh.
hour summoning a familiar in the.
But we got some good information.
Yeah, he brings you up to second level. You've been on this level before when you went out to the veranda to meet with the dude, Lyric.
Lyric Dashwind. That
and
name I can remember.
On the second floor here, you can see that there are 2 Gilded Eye posted in the hallway, flanking a door at the end. But the page boy brings you to about a third of the way down the hall, stops at a side door and knocks, and then opens the door to let you guys in.
As I go by the page boy, I will give him a silver piece. Thank you, my good man. And then I will lean down and be like, who stays at the end with the guards?
And he kind of like glances down at the silver piece you gave him, glances at the door, glances back at the silver piece, and kind of like motions to the silver piece.
I could just go up and ask them. They won't require a silver piece.
And he shrugs, he's like, suit yourself.
Okay. Tiny little scoundrel. Give him a gold piece.
and he smiles, and he gets this look in his face like, that worked? and then he's like,
I don't know, and he leaves.
and then he's like, that is, and he kind of like whispers it. He's like, that is the I don't know his title off the top of my head anymore because I can't remember. But he says it is. I think it's Leggett. I think it's his title. I can't remember how to spell it either, but I think that's right.
Junius Pretty. That name is familiar.
Oh my god.
I don't.
He was one of the good ones.
Jules Verne.
Yeah.
Is this another thing from
Yeah.
last campaign?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
met him last campaign.
Yeah, it was when we were. That's when we were after. What's his name?
It was in Yartar when we were leaving Yartar. He was one of the Inquisitors, and he knew that Nemea was in disguise.
No,
Wasn't it? Oh, that was Quintus.
that was
Vernius.
Quintus. No,
Oh.
Quintus' last name wasn't Vernius. But this,
Don?
no, you're mixing two characters up.
Was this guy was when we were after that
The Weevil.
the Weevil,
Yeah,
right?
remember when the bugbears attacked on the Griffins?
Yeah.
And
On the Griffins.
he was there.
But
fighting.
he was the one who was like, we're not
he
all
was
bad.
the guy. He was the guy that Darakas had to report to about the Weevil.
Yeah.
He used to be Order of the Gauntlet.
Well, didn't they all
Well,
initially? When it
I mean,
started, it was a break
Sure,
off
but
of
not all Order of the Gauntlet became Gilded Eye.
Yeah.
Some
right,
stayed.
but
Order of the
all of the original Gilded Eye were Gauntlet that broke
Yeah,
off.
originally,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he says, he gives you that name, and he just kind of says like,
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck that is.
apparently he seems like he's the one in charge, at least since the old Inquisitor left.
Okay. Thank you, my page boy.
My boy.
Thank you, Page Boy.
Thank you, Page Boy.
Fuck you.
Get the fuck out of my face.
And he's
Give him
like,
my
I didn't want Corey to come up with another name. I always ask him for names.
His name is.
His whole backstory.
His name is Oliver.
Thank you, Oliver. You're a good kid.
Nodum is the name of every NPC that's not important.
All right.
Anyways, he takes off. Inside the well-appointed room, there is it's a large, spacious suite with a separate sleeping area and bathing area separate from the main room. Pretty lavish, big couches and things. It is also filthy. There's shit everywhere in here. There's bottles and looks like plates and dishes stacked up. There's clothes on the floor, muddy boot tracks, and kind of sitting in kind of essentially a bathrobe, disheveled hair, big circles around her eyes, big bags under her eyes, is the half-orc Undril, not wearing gleaming armor or anything. You can see that her armor is kind of sitting over on the side on a side table. Looks like it's just been kind of tossed there. And she's holding a bottle or jug in her hand. Looks like might be Tej. And she kind of looks up and she's like, "Oh, look, you're back. I heard you survived the jungle."
Hey, Charles. Good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking good.
She kind of chuckles slightly. She's like, yeah, thanks, Jonah, but no, I'm not.
What happened? You guys are back in the city. I thought you guys were out on the jungle as well.
She shakes her head. She's like, "No, we came back a while ago. Things went poorly."
The undead attack again?
You could say that, yeah. Undead dinosaurs, a big old cloud of liquid death rolling in with the storms. Yeah, it was a bad time.
Oh. At least you made it out alive.
He's like, "Yeah, small victories, I suppose." And she kind of looks at you all, and well, you mostly made it back. She kind of glances at Donna-Quinn and Quillen. She's like, "New friends?" She's like, "Baz not with you?"
Sort of, just.
He's just hanging out.
He's hanging out. He's keeping things real mellow and still.
He's solid.
Yeah, he's solid.
Baz is solid. I like that. Vague enough that it could be true. Yeah, he's solid.
Hi, I'm Quillen. Pleasure.
A sabbatical.
This is Donna-Quinn.
She nods. She's like, "Nice to meet you." She kind of takes a big swig of the jug.
Yeah.
You said a storm of... I'm sorry, I don't want to harp on this, but you said a storm of liquid death?
That's what it felt like.
Was this the same miasma that had been coming through, or was this a different type of storm?
It's like, all I know is it rolled in like the miasma had before, but this time it didn't just make people cough and get sick. This time some of them, it just melted them.
Holy shit.
Anyways, we scattered, split up into various groups. Some of us got separated. Fought our way through the jungle. harassed by bacteria and undead and what have you. Made it back. Anyways, some of us made it back. And then they left.
Where in
They
Chult
head back.
was this?
This is down north of the Adani Basin.
Isn't
Were
that
they
kind
trying
of
to retake the
reason that we're
the
getting?
That's
land?
exactly the region that we're going back to.
Oh,
Yeah, so yeah.
Isn't it supposed to be east of Mbala?
West.
Oh, my thing's
West.
east.
West.
I'm like, I hope it's not east because then that's not right.
Then that's not right.
So I'm glad I wrote it wrong.
You are correct. It is not right. It
Is
west.
Cal around?
And she kind of like looks at you. She's like, "No, she's not. She's gone."
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Is
She
there
seemed really nice.
Is there like a glass somewhere amidst the plates and dishes and stuff?
Sorry, are you asking her? Or are you asking me?
I'm asking you.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Sorry,
just-
I wasn't sure if that was in character or not.
Sorry.
Yeah, sure. There's dishes and stuff. I mean, a clean glass. You don't see a clean glass, but there's a.
Don't care. I would just pick up a glass and I would just kind of hold it towards the bottle of Tej.
She kind of like hesitates a moment and then pours some in there.
I just raise it and say, "Well, to Calliope then."
Yeah. To Calliope. Is there any other dishes or plates or bowls?
Yeah. And
When
she.
there's a perfectly good bottle to pull off a drink.
Yeah.
I'll find the glass
she-
and cast prestidigitation on it to clean it.
You like turn around.
Yeah.
Oh, I
She's
think we
not
should
getting diseases.
have a drink to her memory. Sorry you lost her.
It's like, oh, oh, I didn't lose her.
What happened?
Oh, what happened? Oh, Mommy decided it's time for her to come home. Fucking took her.
Who?
Her mom.
Must
Yeah.
have connections,
And
I
she's
guess.
like, and by the way, you can kind of tell that she's like 3 sheets to the wind. By the way.
Sure.
And she's like,
Oh,
yeah, why the fuck do you think they were here? To help us? No, they were here for her. This whole song and fucking dance, all of it, just for her.
Sorry, the
Real
what
issues.
was the expedition?
She's
yeah.
like, no, the fucking
reinforcements.
reinforcements. They weren't reinforcements. They were here for her. Once they had her,
Shit.
they left us high and dry and fucked off. Anyways, she kind of just swears a bit and just throws the jug over and smashes it against the wall.
Where is she now?
On the
She's
way
like-
back to the mainland, I'm guessing.
I would assume she's somewhere out on the fucking ocean, if she's even still alive. Wouldn't let me come with her. Nope, not Undril. Not good enough for her.
Oh, I doubt that. Did you talk to her?
Not good enough for her
It's-
mom. Her mom thinks you're not good enough,
This
right?
is the
Not
station
Calliope.
thing. Especially when people look at us half-orcs. Most people don't see anything but orc.
She nods. She's like, yeah. Orc, not of noble blood, don't have money. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's all over anyways. I'll never see her again. She'll be dead from the curse before she even gets across the ocean.
Well,
She wasn't sick yet, though, was she?
Oh yeah. She was sick when we left.
She was,
Was she?
She was showing signs.
yeah. I mean, she wasn't really sick when they took her.
No. She
But-
wasn't like going black, like you said, with blood shit. But
And she's like, yeah, not like some of those other poor bastards you've seen in the streets here.
But it seems like it hits faster on this peninsula than it does on the mainland ever did. But maybe
Maybe.
it's speeding up everywhere too, though. Who knows?
Isn't that what you guys were looking into? Didn't find anything, eh? Months
Yeah, but-
to say it? Anything to show for it? Anything worthwhile on this godforsaken continent?
and
Oh,
go up to her and I will punch her in the face.
Whoa!
Okay, make an attack roll.
Can you even reach that high?
Unarmed strike.
I mean, she's sitting on a couch, so it's kind of
plus
slicing.
2.
Jumps up on her lap and punches her.
You go to punch her in the face, and she just kind of like half-heartedly goes like this and knocks her hand to the side. and she kind of looks at you.
I'll be like, yeah, 3 months and we lost Baz. What have you been doing? Wallowing in your own filth? Come on. You got to get it together. And I will try to punch her again. With advantage.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on.
She
I don't have...
Yeah.
All right, that doesn't count. I didn't have inspiration.
Oh, good. Yeah. So you didn't have inspiration?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I rolled
you kind of got to do it again. She just kind of does that thing where she like pushes your forehead and you just kind of like swing. And but make a persuasion check, John.
See if she gets your point.
Yeah, see if she at least listens to what you're saying. She kind of shrugs. She's like, well, it doesn't matter. She's gone.
Yeah, but you can still save her. What we were doing this 3 months, we were investigating the death curse. What have you been doing? Just making all this big mess. You know what we're going to be doing tomorrow? We're going to be leaving to go on a big adventure to save everybody, not just her.
It's like, oh, well, I'm glad that you're such big heroes. Makes me feel great that you're on the case.
Well, you know what this means. You have to clean up yourself and report to the Thundering Lizard tomorrow morning, and then we'll all move out. You're going to come with us. So I'll look at the party, if that's okay with you guys. I don't want to make decisions.
Don't want to make a unilateral decision.
Or she's just like, you got this.
She just needs to hear this right now. And I'll turn around.
I'll just be like, hey, you're in charge.
Well, right now I'm worried that she's a loose cannon. Like, she seems very definitely not like she was before, anyways.
Yeah.
I mean,
like she's lost her order. So it looks like she's not even in the order anymore.
Yeah, is this how you want to live your life and all this filth?
And she lost her significant other to family matters, possibly death.
Love that show.
Good old Carl.
But
Carl Winslow.
Even if you don't want to come, it's like you need to find something. Maybe get in with guarding. Get structure again. Start.
I was gonna say gardening.
Gardening. Yeah, gardening.
Hobby.
You know.
But maybe join the city guard to keep busy.
She kind of like shakes her head. She's like, even if I wanted to, technically I'm still on duty. Genius would have to release me.
Commanding officer? Is it still Niles? Fern? I don't remember which.
Breakbone? No.
Breakbone?
No, Niles was on the first ship out of here. No,
yeah, Captain already left.
I was reporting to Sister Sias. She didn't make it out in the jungle either. Now I report to the only one left to report to, and she kind of just like gestures off, like in the direction of that room on the end of the hall. Like,
sure.
The legatus or legate. I don't know what the plural is. It's like, he occasionally graces us with his presence and gives orders. For the few of us that are left, anyways.
Well, does he really need you? Especially if you're in this shape?
He gave me a few days leave when they left.
Well, come out in the jungle with us. Take
why were you guys left here? To what purpose?
Oh, I know why I was left here. Why is he still here? I don't know.
Yeah.
I assume... I can only assume he's... I don't know. Keeping an eye on whatever the fuck the Fist is doing here. They still want some eyes in the city.
If the Fist make a move on the city, is one Inquisitor going to really do anything to stop him?
I think it's more just for information. He can report
she
back.
She's like, frankly, I don't really give shit about any of that right now. Yeah. Give me another persuasion check with advantage because there's.
All right. And then after this, I am going to cast Lesser Restoration on her to clear up her 3 sheets to the wind. At least make her like 1.5 sheets.
Oh, last time you tried to cure someone, wow, not 20. She.
Well done.
She kind of.
It worked out well.
She kind of goes to like to take another drink as she's like looking around, and then kind of looks over at the shattered bottle and kind of sighs as if she forgot she just threw that there. And then, but she kind of looks at you, Jonah, and sees the fire in your eyes and your persuasive argument, and she kind of shrugs and says, "If you, I'm gonna regret this. If you can get Junius to sign off on it, sure. Why not? Beats drinking myself to death in here."
Okay.
He's like, but you better be serious that you've actually got something to show for it for this death curse.
Yeah.
We have legitimate leads.
And
for a brief moment, Don Quinn would notice this for sure. Quillen as well. Actually, Aelin as well. The 3 of you, at least, would notice that there is a kind of brief, almost desperate glimmer of hope in her eyes.
I would say also, just so you're aware of, it's just leads that we have of where to go to find out information about the death curse.
But I don't know, the I don't know the full extent, but I'm here to help in any way we can, and we've all got people that we love and care about that have been affected by this or will be. So I think that it's you couldn't ask for a nobler purpose to at least try everything that we can.
And her now clear eyes, as Jonah restorations her, vision kind of clears up. She no longer has a little glassy look in her eyes. She kind of like glances at you, glances at the turtle. Then she kind of looks back at you, Jonah, kind of nods. She's like, "All right."
I do want to be honest with you, though. It may require going back.
Going back?
We're heading towards Imbala. We're doing a stop first, and then we're heading to Imbala, I do believe.
So,
yeah.
I just want you to know that's where we're going to be going eventually after the dragon bones. But we'll be going back to Mamala.
He's like,
we believe we'll get more answers from a guardian of some sort that's there. Somewhere in the west, anyways. We have a couple of leads on locations that we're hoping that we can find.
she nods. She's like, "Okay. All right. Well." She kind of like rubs her eyes a little bit. She kind of like looks around. She's like, she kind of like pauses for a moment and just kind of like whispers a little bit, almost to herself, and she's just like, what's one more thing? She kind of looks at you all. She's like, let me speak with Junius. Where are you staying? The Lizard still?
No.
No.
I don't know what the place is called, but it's a safe house. It's a safe house.
Yeah, it's called No One's Supposed to Know Where We Are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone.
If you want to leave word at the Lizard, we can meet in the morning, or
Actually, if you meet us by the bathhouse or something like that,
Yeah.
morning.
Well, yeah, because we're going through the portals in the morning, right? Yeah, but the bathhouse would be good.
You nods.
yes,
She's
by
like,
the bathhouse tomorrow.
she kind of nods, and then she kind of like lifts one of her arms and is like, yeah, I could do with a visit there anyways.
Go tonight. Always could take 2 baths. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, and just don't go there whenever we're not there.
Always safe too.
Okay, we didn't get attacked in the bathhouse last time. It was outside of the bathhouse, okay? So, just chill it with that.
Yeah,
It's
we're
all
only. And remember the first time we went? I don't think we got attacked at all, right? When we met the prince.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
what-
we're
yeah,
only
we're
2 for 3.
2, yeah.
Okay.
Our attack
It's-
game.
It's just getting better.
It's getting. No.
No, it's not.
She kind of like nods, and then she kind of like starts like looking around the room and starts like moving some bags and things. She's like, oh, actually, I gotta find some clothes.
Yeah, so our plan is to head out tomorrow to do a 3 or 4 day trip, touch back base here, and then we're gone for we're gonna be way the fuck out. So if you don't meet up with us tomorrow, we'll check back in on our next one as well, in case you need a few days, or Junius needs you for a few days.
She's like, oh, so wait, so you're not heading to, where are you? You're going somewhere else first?
We've
Picking
got
up-
to pick up our equipment, and then we're coming back, and then we're using said equipment
I'm
to
actually
go
gonna,
all the way.
do we need to teleport back? Because we could just go west and probably in a day and a half, 2 days, we're back in the river.
I guess it depends on if we want to actually use what we find. If we find
Well,
stuff.
yeah. And yeah, if we find stuff, we might want to trade, sell, buy, import.
Here.
And also, we should think about stocking up for whatever that longer trip is. Makes more sense to do the short one, come back, stock up, and then do the long one.
Yeah.
Because,
And if the portal does go to that shrine, then it saves us way more time by coming back to port rather than crossing and taking the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to check out.
I mean,
how to
you're
get back
making
from the portal.
assumption It's the same room by
Right.
a
Well,
room
I'd like
with
to do
holes.
some. I'd like to do some research into that. Given that it's safe,
Well-
I can sit there with Al, and he could do a couple different passes to get better information. He was there for less than a minute, right?
I'm not worried about. It is potentially the same room. I'm not denying that, but I think it's almost better just. The surviving isn't really that hard now for us, especially in areas that we've gone in.
Yeah,
We've gotta get to that point.
I mean, yeah, you've got. He does a pretty good point. Like,
Yeah,
the
it's
time
just
it
a
would take
quick
to backtrack and everything, you'd be only like a day's travel behind either way.
And then research, and then.
But then we're not going back to port to do stuff with the stuff that we find at Neil's Bones.
What stuff though? Like magic items? Or
Hundreds of
sell-
thousands of gold. We don't know. Could be anything.
Until we know what we have at the bones, We can't decide either way, I guess.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Let's don't forget, though, the same amount of time going west would be spent going back to this point as well. So this is the same distance.
Well, we'd be going north to meet up with the river.
No, it means if you backtrack back to the port.
Yeah. So if we go to Firefinger, that's basically the same distance. Well, maybe a little shorter, but anyways, so let's say roughly.
I say you say just go back to find Needle's bones and go back to Firefinger and just take the portal back to port.
Well, yeah, but like I'm trying to figure out the whole. Like this makes sense. Go up, then over.
Right, but then there's no point in potentially then we potentially negate anything we find at Neil's Bones. If we don't find anything useful, but we find a ton of money, it doesn't help us to have a ton of money going further west into the jungle.
Yeah.
Without using it.
Well, I say let's go to
buying a bunch of stuff either. Like it just delays
I do. We could buy magic gear. We could buy more potions. There's tons of stuff we could buy that we don't have the money for right now.
Yeah, greater health potions would be nice.
I think
better armor. I say we go to Needlebones, find out what we find, and then make the decision from there. Right now, we're sort of working with incomplete information.
I agree.
Once we get there, then we can decide, we can go ahead and go west of the river or south or north, wherever we need to go. But
yeah.
Okay.
I guess the only difference there is you'd have to therefore make sure you're stocked up, because if you make the decision not to come back, you're going to need all of the supplies and everything for the long journey.
And we'd have to make sure Undril and Iku are coming with us.
Yeah, they'd have to come with us for this first leg instead of picking them up potentially after it.
I thought that was what was happening.
I personally think it's completely fine for us to just come back to the port. It's we're talking about the difference of like a few days at most. It's really not that big a deal.
Like the amount of different items available isn't really that like.
Well, then
huge.
Do you just not want to go to Needle's Bones at all then?
Well, I mean, it's a good starting point. We know that's a good jump point for sure.
I'm saying
then we could travel west.
If you're cool with us going there at all, then the idea of taking whatever we find there back to port should make sense.
So it's, what is it, 3 days from the portal to there? Or is it 2 days?
2 days.
So it's 2 days, 4 days. Then we teleport back. 5 while we're there. At least 1 day there. I mean, I don't know. It seems like if we were planning on trying to get there sooner than later, we could either skip it, but we don't even know what's in Firefinger or the.
Right. That's
my point. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Is I think that's a good decision to make. If we want to pick up extra supplies, cool. Like as long as we have the bag of holding, we can put in some extra supplies. But I wouldn't make a decision until we actually go there and get some more info.
Yeah.
If we find nothing there, let's go on. If we find stuff we need to bring back to the port, let's go back to the port. But I think we can make the decision later, as long as we're all on the same board that we just want to go to Needlebones or Needle.
Well, the thing that does, because if we decide not to come back to port, we have to bring the 2 people with us.
Yeah,
that's the big
difference. We could stuck them in the bag of holding. That's fine.
Make that decision. We have to bring them with us now, then. If we want to do that, I think we should just come back. I think we should go down there and, like saying, come back to the port. It's only a few days.
Yeah, I don't personally see why it's a problem at all.
If we figure out that the blue portal does go to that shrine, all of this is nil anyway, because that cuts almost the entire journey.
I am making assumptions here. I could be 100% wrong, but to me it seems highly likely that the blue portal probably goes there, and if it doesn't,
and if it doesn't, way to open it was on the outside.
If it doesn't,
it's
come back.
probably still fine because we can probably still just come back.
That's what I'm saying. Going off Blackwind's theory that you have to have come through one way to even open it at the portal, it means there has to be a way to open the blue portal from the other side.
So
I know that in order to open that room, we had to trace something outside of that room, and we closed
did.
that room.
We
So
did.
we might not be able to get out of it.
Well, no, there was a way out from inside. We had closed it while we were down there too.
Yeah, you did close it inside when you slept in it. Yeah.
Yeah. I double checked.
You're not going to be trapped underground there if you go there.
Yeah.
Well,
assuming it's the same room.
Yeah. We're.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if it was the same room, but I would be quinkity.
But like I say, it's going off of your theory, Blackwind, that to even have them available at the port, you have to have taken them from the other direction. I'd say that's a very high chance that even if it isn't the same one, we're smart. We're a group of smart people. We can figure out how to open it, especially with the information we have now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
hell, I could send Gerald through.
As in character, Quillen has said several times that he's willing to go through it. That is a combination of Quillen just being like up for he's not afraid to do whatever, but it is also Brad making assumptions that surely there must be a way to get back.
But I mean, Ryan has a point not to make assumptions. That's a big assumption to make, He's got a point. There is a risk to it. I think we can mitigate that as much as possible before trying it. But like I say, it seemed safe, so it's not like we can
buy all our supplies now and then just do boom boom boom. I don't think we've walked out like bandits out of anywhere yet.
I think Jonah's plan of finding out what we should do when we get there makes the most sense.
So we bring Undril and Iku with us?
Sure.
And all the supplies.
And all supplies? That's what I'm saying. That's the decision we're making right now.
Then Iku is connected to the Omuho?
Orlunga,
sorry.
This, we'd have to pay her to come with us on this, it has nothing to do with the Orlunga directly. As far, we'll find out at dinner, but that's the assumption, is that we'd pay her for this part.
Which is fine. If she's willing to to come into like that, and it gives us another option of not having to come back to port and like that, then it's worth us bringing them just in case. If they're willing also.
Okay, well, let's...
Then we tell Undril that, we are leaving tomorrow morning. We might come back to port in a few days, or we might not. If you want to come with us, come with us.
Yeah.
she's like digging around, like grabbing a few things and like shoving it into like a backpack and stuff. She's like, oh, sure, yeah, you're still here. Okay.
All right, see you later.
Tomorrow morning at the bathhouse.
That's why I thought she was meeting us there anyways, because
I kind of figured she would meet us there either way to say
yes or no.
Yes or no.
Yeah.
Hi, Undril.
She kind of waves. And then as you guys are like heading out, you hear a aha, and glancing over, you see her in some stuff she was moving around. She picks up a bottle of Tej. Kind of sniffs it, takes a swig. She's like,
man, I was feeling a little too sober.
I only got one more spell slot. That guy already tried it.
Hey, you might have a new buddy to experiment with drugs with.
Oh, I don't know. No. He's not a good place.
All right, we'll head to the lizard then, I guess.
Yeah. Iku's supposed to meet us there.
See if Iku
tonight.
shows up.
sure.
Yep.
See if there's any messages left for us.
Hopefully we don't get this guy killed.
or maimed. Or,
Yeah, I wonder
or
what her
PTSD.
dark secret
I make
is.
no comment.
What do you-
We are the black hole of guides.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm a little worried about taking 2 NPCs with us now, just because it
Oh,
seems like
NPCs
the killing
and the pet. Don't forget the pet.
Yup.
Mm. Well, great. You guys head back to the Thundering Lizard, or to the Thundering Lizard, not back. You haven't been staying there for several days. You get there. You were there with Thunder for a little while. You get there just before 6, probably around like 5-ish. Actually, probably about an hour early. Head in the front door, and you see in front of you Oland. He is talking to a man who you recognize sitting on the on a stool in front of him. The man turns and stares deep into your soul. It is the Inquisitor guy that was in Kairos.
Julius or whatever.
And he,
No,
the younger man, and he kind of stands and
the
he
child.
says, he stands, takes 2 strides towards you, and then he kind of smiles and says, "Ah, great. Had a feeling you might be coming here. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Inquisitor Marius, and I have some questions I'd like to ask you."
7.
And
42.
we will end there.
Sorry, we're too busy. We gotta go.
Yeah, we actually we don't stay here anymore. We forgot, came to the wrong place. Bye.
See you later, bye.
Inquisitor Marius.
Punch him too.
Are you drunk too?
Snap out of it, Marius.
We will find out what Marius might want with you when we return. Not when we return. Next time.
You know, also, maybe at some point we should get a charter, or we just pass that.
Well, you still got your forged one.
We got
Oh,
forged
yeah.
one.
Forged
We
one.
have
That's good.
And I
And
still
I
refuse to
will-
pay for one, even though
I
we can
rolled
afford
so
it.
good.
Yeah, that was right. It's a good forge charter. I forgot about that.
It's a real nice forgery.
All right. Well, we'll wrap up here. No combat, but I mean,
Great.
last session was literally all combat. So
Yeah.
I kind of figured that
One
would be the
combat.
case. One long combat. So we'll wrap up. Why don't we go around? I have. Oh, that's weird. I have some sort of error popping up on my computer. Hopefully, it doesn't look like it's affecting anything, so I'll just ignore it. How bad could it be?
A realm of error.
Liz, you go first.
Me?
Yeah.
Why me?
I don't know,
Aw,
because I chose a
jeez.
random square.
Cool. Yeah, it was good. I mean, I am happy for no combat right now because the last 3 sessions of combat have gone very poorly for me. So I'm okay with a bit of a break. Yeah, I got some new spells. Oh, I'm gonna copy a couple of the other spells into my book. Do you want to know which ones, or should I just?
You can just message me. It's fine. As long as you pay the cost, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm excited to potentially be leaving port for a little jaunt. I want to see what Needle Bones is. I mean, I know character-wise it may be like a side thing, but Liz is dying to know what the hell is at Needle's Bones. So I'm really happy as a group we're gonna go there. Because it feels like also like the last side quest we have. Everything else feels connected to something in some way, you know, whether it's connected to the beret or connected to the death curse, or everything else feels very connected.
There's the airship.
There is the
Still
airship.
crashed.
That's true. But
Crashed and written off, so it's basically ours now.
yeah.
We just have to fix it.
People are dead, probably.
Yeah, but it feels like the last little sort of side jaunt. So it's, I don't know, I'm excited for it. No thorns that I could think of. You had, my little, I liked that owl went through the portals. That was cute. Yeah. I wanted to give inspiration to somebody, but I didn't write down what it was, and now I can't remember.
Oh, well.
Which is disappointing. I'll try and think of it while everybody else is saying it, see if it jogs my memory.
Sure. Ryan, you next.
Yeah, just we got a little bit more answers now. So it kind of feels like we got direction right now. So sort of, kind of.
It will all
Yeah,
become clear.
it was a bit of pace. I had a nice little 5-minute nap, maybe 2 minutes. I'm not sure. How long did I snore?
Only
I
it
don't
was
know.
like
Yeah.
you had 4 snores and that was it.
Yeah,
Like
it
I don't know if
was-
I woke
was very
myself up
short.
or you guys did.
I don't know. It's funny.
After you snored a
I'm like,
couple
was I
times,
snoring?
you laughed, so I think that woke you up.
Anyways, so it wasn't because of what you guys are doing. It was because I was just really, really tired. So.
That's fine. No worries.
But so yeah. Anyway, yeah, nothing crazy.
Okay, John.
Yes, it was a fun session. Inspiration Liz for her story about dying. I thought that was very impressive. It was very in the moment, sort of really brought the stakes home. Didn't really have too many thorns. Had some cool NPC conversations. We got some crafting done. It was really cool to see Brad make something epic, some epic gear. So yeah, good session.
Cool. Sean.
Yeah, it was okay. Like I was saying, it was obviously also it was a little slower and things like that and all that stuff because it was all in town and it was all people doing things on stuff in the downtime and things like that. But like I said, that's how some episodes are. Stuff that just what you got to wait on stuff to get to the next part that we're going to, and that. But I thought there was still good interactions and that good things also that people were doing, the ideas that they want in their downtime, which was cool, and that. It was nice to get the magic item. I like getting a magic item now. That was cool. And yeah, like I said, I didn't really have any thorns. It was like I say, we're fun to figure out what we're going to be doing in that. It'd be nice to go back out into the jungle.
Cool. Andre.
Yeah, it was a good session. Enjoyed all of our sort of character updates and NPCs and catching up on some of the politics and Undrill and some of our research. I want to give inspiration to John for the impassioned pep talk for Undrill. That was really, I really enjoyed it, and I think it'll be fun if she joins us. I would say a thorn that I had was that normally we have a bit more like preparation, or we're more aware of when we're going to have downtime specifically. And we kind of knew we were in the town, but it wasn't like, because we just had a session where it was entirely combat. I didn't know that this would be the one where we did all our downtime stuff. So I felt like some of our crafting things could have been more streamlined if we'd prepared them better, and some of the research and stuff, we could have just moved through that faster if we'd really known and been ready for it. But otherwise, I mean, I think we still did a pretty decent job of getting through it. But yeah.
Brad?
Yeah, it was fun. I thought the crafting bit was definitely a highlight, at least for me. Sorry if it seemed to drag on, but yeah, I thought that the meeting with Xanthi went well. It seems like things are heading in the right direction for taking care of Ifan, but I'm sure there will be a wrinkle somewhere along the line that we haven't thought of, but that'll be fun to see. And Yeah, good stuff.
Great. Yeah, for me, yeah, I do agree with some of your points that you guys made about moving through some stuff a little bit faster. Yeah, I guess I could have. I don't know. I was trying to move through things, but I don't know. I felt like it seemed like a little disjointed in the middle there. But we got through it, and I was really happy to see. I was really hoping we didn't go through all of that and you would have failed your craft. I would have been like, oh god, all of that and you fucked it up. Come on.
Yeah.
So, but that was cool. I'm glad you guys got to spend some money. I think all of you spent some good money. Archie got some spells. Blackwin got some gear. Aelin, did you get something?
I bought my fancy tools. I had Jonah pick them up for me.
Yeah, and Sean got his goggles and things. So you guys actually got to use some of the money that you started to accumulate because the party had a fair bit accumulated, so I'm glad you guys were able to, at least at port. That's why I kind of like that you're able to get back here sometimes, because then you can actually not just update all the NPC stuff, but you actually can use some of the money. Otherwise it's just like, why are we carting around hundreds of pounds of gold for no reason, which is always a problem in D&D. I find it's just like there's nothing to spend it on. So I'm glad you guys are finding uses for your money. So that's good. Yeah, otherwise, I was trying not to push you guys too hard in any one direction exactly, but I was trying to, now you guys got a solid plan of what you're doing next, which is good. I was wondering if you guys would have come to that decision by the time we ended the session. But now I know, next session you will be, other than these tiny little things, you'll be heading to Needle's Bones tomorrow, so or not tomorrow, but next session, so I will prepare for that unless you guys change your mind last minute and throw me a wrench, but it's okay. It's fine.
I'll take what's behind door number 2.
It depends what fucking Marius wants us to do.
Oh.
Corey.
we could just kill him.
Maybe he could die. Okay, well, we'll find out next time. So we'll end here. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Magic Mythal, Tomb of Annihilation. We live stream our games nearly every Sunday night starting at 4 p.m. here on Twitch, and we'll be posting the sessions on YouTube as well. If you enjoyed watching, consider giving us a follow and turning on notifications, and you'll see when we go live. Never miss an episode. Thanks again, and thank you to all of my players, and have a great night.